today with Premier Nationwide Lending and Captain Orlando Hinojosa from the Denton County Sheriff's Office. We're excited to visit with you today. One of the things that we wanted to talk about on Tutorial Tuesday is law enforcement. And what better to have a conversation with the captain here, who is in charge of community and media relations for Denton County. He works for the Denton County Sheriff Tracy Murphy. You need a raise, I'm sure. You know, that's complicated. But one of the things that we want to just talk about is law enforcement. Like, what is jurisdiction? And I think a lot of times when we see things on the news, we're trying to figure out, like, where does the police officers and the state highway patrolmen and the county and all that stuff, where does all that begin and end? So I'm going to ask a basic, what I feel like a basic law enforcement question is, which is jurisdiction. Like, your county or Tracy Sheriff Murphy, like in your job too, like what are you in charge of? You know.
Okay, the Denton County is 953 square miles. That's a lot of territory.
That's a lot. 953 square miles. Wow.
That's a lot of territory. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The Denton County Sheriff is his jurisdiction is all over Denton County.
Okay.
Our main focus is on the unincorporated areas of Denton County. That means that there's not a police department in that section of the county. You're talking like Flower Mound, Louisville, Denton, Carrollton.
So an unincorporated area of Denton County doesn't have a police department.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's mostly on the rural parts of Denton County. Our focus, you know, when Denton or Louisville or Carrollton or somebody that needs help, and we're close by, we're going to help them, and vice versa. But we try to focus on the smaller departments like Justin, Crum, Sanger, where they don't have a big police department. So they
don't have a lot of police presence there.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
And we worked well with all law enforcement agencies in Denton County.
Okay. So, and from a perspective of someone that maybe can sometimes speed, not saying I do, but I'm just saying that has definitely had a ticket more than once. I don't know that I've ever seen a sheriff write a ticket, or the county sheriff. Is that something you guys do?
Yes, we have a traffic enforcement division with the sheriff's office, and that's their main focus is working traffic. Okay. But you know, you mentioned the
highway
patrol, DPS. DPS they have statewide jurisdiction.
DPS is
highway patrol.
Okay.
Sorry, they do have statewide jurisdiction.
Okay.
The sheriff can write the sheriff's deputies can write a ticket in any town. Denton, you know, Flower Mound, they can write a citation in any town.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
Any town.
So that's what they focus on also.
Okay. Where does the lines begin and end? So, you know, there's a domestic issue and it's in Flower Mound. Mm-hmm. What does the police department respond? Where does the response come to?
I know that Flower Mound Police Department has their own dispatch. So if a resident of Flower Mound calls 911, it goes directly to the Flower Mound Police Department.
Okay.
And I know that the Denton County Sheriff's Office, we dispatch for over 20 agencies, law enforcement and also fire. So if a deputy's close, he's going to go. But,
okay.
You know, Flower Mound would be the primary agency for that call.
Okay.
Just like if we
what about Louisville? Same thing?
Same thing, yes,
okay.
ma'am. Denton's the same thing.
Okay.
Denton Police Department, you know, in Louisville Police Department, Carrollton Police Department, they do have their own dispatch. So if you're out in the county and you call 911, it comes to our communication center.
And I guess the last question I have is, I was surprised to hear in a conversation we had earlier that other government entities, you know, DEA, ATF, FBI, that's not actually police. Like, so maybe explain that a little bit.
Well, like the FBI, they can only enforce certain federal laws.
Okay.
They can't. I'm just going to throw this out there. If an FBI agent is following a suspected DWI, they cannot make that arrest. They'd have to call a local agency to make the arrest.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there just seems to be a lot of law enforcement, and which I'm blessed, and I think it's great. And you know, we want to support the whole, I don't want to get political here, but the whole defund,
Oh,
we
yeah.
need, you. We
Oh,
need
yes.
you. We support you. From purely a business standpoint with Premier, we do grant loans to support police department, fire agencies. I mean, all that kind of stuff. So we are huge fans, but I think sometimes it just is confusing, just who's in charge of what and
Yes,
who's
ma'am.
protecting us,
Well, yeah, and just like we say, we play well with others. We are going to
that
go
was going to
do
be my next question. Yeah.
we're going to go out and do our job.
Okay.
And that's what we are sworn to do. We took an oath of office back many years ago for me, and if there's something happening in front of me, I'm going to take care of it, just like any other agency would.
That's good to know. That's
Mhm.
good to know. Well, I think this has been very informative, law enforcement. I appreciate, we call him Hino, and I appreciate Hino participating in our education for law enforcement. And this is Tutorial Tuesday. Have a great day.